Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Tony Barderome, and I'm the president of the board of directors of the Manatee Community Foundation. I'd like to welcome all of you to the 10th anniversary Spirit of Manatee Awards. Over the previous 9 years, the Spirit of Manatee Awards has developed a rich history of recognizing those individuals and organizations that have given so much to enrich our community. Let's remember our winners from 2006 through 2014. The video, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what they call a priceless photo op. So I think we're going to try to assemble everybody toward the center. Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more round of applause for our past award winners as we commemorate our 10th anniversary. "10 years. That's a long time, my friends. 10 years. Where were you 10 years ago? I know the last 10 years for me have given me the opportunity to get to know many of you in this room. For those of you in this room, however, that do not know me, I'd like to tell you where I was 10 years ago. I had this gig as a male model in southern France. What's so funny? I had hair, full head of hair. I gave up all that silliness, however, to pursue my true passion to be an estate tax lawyer. Truth be told, it's because of that latter endeavor that I'm honored to be here today in celebration of the philanthropy of our fabulous community. 10 years ago, the Manatee Community Foundation offices were located in donated shopping center space, and we were proud of our assets reaching $6 million. 10 years later today, MCF's assets have grown to $35 million, and total grants and scholarships distributed to date have exceeded $11.5 million. All this good news is thanks to your support and for using MCF as a vehicle for your philanthropy. Most of us don't know where we will be 10 years from now, but I am happy to announce that the MCF office will be moving during this year to a larger facility, just 2 blocks down the street from our current home on Manatee Avenue, and we know that that will be our home long past 10 years from now. We are excited to have a larger facility with a community room to serve the nonprofit organizations of Manatee County, with space for board meetings, staff trainings, educational workshops, and a variety of donor functions. Giving back is always the theme of the Spirit Awards, just as it is the mission of the Manatee Community Foundation. Enjoy the celebration, everybody. I'd like to, at this point, introduce the Executive Director for Manatee Community Foundation, Marilyn Howard.
Boy, these 10 years have gone by so fast. You all get to look at these wonderful screens. I've had the distinct joy of looking at the previous 9 years of programs and watching myself age from year to year to year. Quite something. Trying not to wear the same thing twice. Anyway, here we go. It's my privilege to make some introductions and thank the amazing people who make this event possible. Joining us for this 10th anniversary Spirit of Manatee Awards are community leaders, Palmetto Mayor Shirley Groover Bryant, and representing Congressman Vern Buchanan's office, Mr. Gary Tibbetts. Could you wave if you're out there somewhere? The leadership of the Manatee Community Foundation is well represented here today. I'd like to thank them for their commitment to philanthropy in Manatee County. With the MCF Board of Directors, Advisory Council members, and the Lakewood Ranch Advisory Board members, please stand and be recognized. These are the folks that we need to thank that really make the foundation go. I'd also like to recognize two special friends representing our partner foundation, the Community Foundation of Sarasota County. If you'd please stand, President and CEO Roxy Jurdy and Chief Financial Officer Laura Spencer. Well, as you know, putting on this event is really a group effort. The committee that I think has some of the hardest work is our selection committee. They are the ones that read the nominations and select the honorees each year. So many thanks this year to Kay Butler, who is an MCF board member, Lillian Elliott, who joined us this year from Tropicana, and Jerry Kuntz, the retired CEO of United Way. They were the selection committee. Our steering committee members are listed in your program booklet. We couldn't do it without them. Special thanks, however, a very special thanks, however, to our own Joan McCaw, who works above and beyond. Our glass artist, Darlene Johnson, is here with us this afternoon. This is the 6th year that Darlene has created the Spirit Award. Thank you, Darlene. Give us a wave or stand, Darlene. Finally, I'd like to thank our sponsors for the Spirit of Manatee Awards Luncheon. Our premier sponsor for 10 continuous years has been the Vita Viney Herman Denton Group at Morgan Stanley. Thank you for sharing the vision. Our patron sponsors this year are USF Sarasota Manatee, PNC Bank, and the KJAN Fund of the Manatee Community Foundation. Thank you. And I'd like to give special thanks to BB&T Bank and Insurance. They are our program booklet sponsor. It's an expanded version to celebrate our 10th anniversary, and their sponsorship made this possible. So thank you again. Our media sponsors are Bradenton Herald, Bright House Networks, and METV. And Charles, I have to give a shout out to you and your gang. For 10 years, METV has been a huge part of this event, and they really do bring the magic touch. So thank you, METV. Thank you to our table sponsors. If you weren't here, we'd be talking to an empty room, so thank you. Now, my typical reminders for some of the goodies on the table. This is not a CD. If you put it in your CD player, you will get cards all over the floor of your car. This is your calendar, so take it home and enjoy it. There's a card on your table. It's got two programs that I'd just like to highlight. Season of Sharing. Season of Sharing provides one-time emergency assistance to keep families in their homes. This program continues as a 15-year partnership with the Community Foundation of Sarasota County and serves residents in both counties and beyond. But we need your help. If you have not given to Season of Sharing this year, and by this year I mean from November through now, if you haven't given yet, even a small gift, $10, would be a huge help. We have a target to reach of 4,000 unique donors, and we are just a little bit shy of that. So if you could give, please do. At 4,000 unique donors, that will trigger a $100,000 contribution to the fund from the Patterson Foundation. So please support SOS if you haven't. Secondly, I'd just like to give everyone an early announcement to let you know that Manatee County has joined the campaign for grade level reading. And within our county, over 40 organizations have already stepped up to the plate to participate in this campaign. The goal is to have all children reading on grade level by the pivotal third grade. This is a huge challenge in the Manatee Public Schools. As the campaign progresses, there will be many opportunities to support the movement, to volunteer, to donate, to help with strategy. So if you're interested in this topic, please use the email on the card and email the United Way for more information. Well, now is the really most important thing, which is the centerpieces. So, for the 10th year in a row, the Manatee River Garden Club, with flowers donated by the Preston Family's Manatee Fruit Company and Cortez Floral. One lucky person at each table will be taking the centerpiece home. Now we used dots again, and then I was a little nervous because our whole program has dots in it. But for this purpose, look on the very last page of your program, and if you have a red or yellow dot up in the upper right-hand corner, you get to take the centerpiece home. At this time, I'd like to introduce John Vita of the Vita, Vining, Herman, and Denton Group at Morgan Stanley, our premier sponsor.
Okay, good. Okay, the first thing I want to do is to invite everybody up here who wasn't in that initial picture, and we're going to get a picture of everybody else in the room real quick. I think we can all take from Marilyn and Joan that if you want to have a great crowd at your event, just honor somebody every year, and 10 years later you can fill the room. So I think it's a good piece of advice to follow. But really, we love being a part of this event because it is filled with community leaders and friends that we've gotten to know all the years that we've been doing this. So on behalf of my partners, Chris Vining, Jared Herman, Ryan Denton, and our entire staff, we're thrilled to sponsor the 10th annual Spirit of Manatee Awards. Gang, we all stand up and just be recognized real quick. 10 years ago, at the very first Spirit of Manatee Awards, we partnered with the Manatee Community Foundation to celebrate philanthropy in Manatee County. It's awe-inspiring to look back over the past 10 years at those who have been honored and the contributions they've made to the community and to the growth of our community. It's because of their efforts we live in such a vibrant place filled with opportunity. Our congratulations go out this year to the honorees who represent a truly amazing history of philanthropy in our community. When you look back at their accomplishments, it's clear that they've made their contributions over a period of time, and that over that time they have accumulated a truly incredible record of giving. It stands as an extraordinary example to all of us that true greatness is the result of a consistent effort. These folks understand that greatness is achieved when you're willing to do for others and give the credit to those around you. Greatness does not benefit you, it benefits others. It belongs to those you're being great for. If you're a great teacher, it does not benefit you, it benefits your students. If you're a great business person, it doesn't benefit you, it benefits your customers. And if you're a great charity, it doesn't benefit you, but it benefits the people that you serve. So in the end, organizations like the Manatee Community Foundation are great because they serve. So congratulations to Marilyn, Joan, Susie, and the board at MCF. Congratulations to our honorees, and congratulations to all of us, for we have accomplished greatness because we serve. Thank you.
I want you all to continue to enjoy your meal while we move on to the matters at hand and the presentation of the awards for today's nominees. I think it's very interesting that 10 years in a row, and I've had the privilege of doing this for 10 years. By the way, my name is Ed Childs. And to see what this has become, to see and to have the pleasure of the association of being around people that understand the most important dynamic in the universe, and I believe that dynamic is giving. The Bible says you will know them by their works, and I think this shows the works of our community. What's our culture? What's our value? What's our character? It's the character of Robert Bell. 100 years ago started the tradition of philanthropy that family carries on today. It's the character of all of the past award winners that were up here today, and the people like Ed and Elise Price and Kay and Madge Rowlett and Fred Vandergraff, Jane Evers, Mel Griffin, who are no longer with us. And it's the character of the people that will be recognized today, that are the leaders in giving in our community. And that character is added up to say that this community is about giving back. And this community, with the work of the people in this room and the work of the community foundation, has raised $35 million in corpus and given back over almost $12 million. And in 10 years, that will be $100 million, and it will be giving back $20 million. So I congratulate you all on your participation in this great effort. Now on to the awards. The Young Spirit Award is presented to a young person, group, or organization under the age of 21 who has demonstrated an exceptional commitment to the charitable community by direct financial support, who's contributed time, energy to a fundraising effort, and who by example has encouraged and motivated others, young and old, to make contributions to a charitable cause in our community. Our Young Spirit honoree is nominated by the Manatee County Library System. Let's see what they have to say.
Leah Roddenberry is a young woman who cares about her community and the children in it. In 2014, she planned a special event at our library in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday and Read Across America Week. As a celebration of reading and literacy, Leah took the time to come to the library, read stories to children, and engage them with an art project. To see a young person interact with very small children and bring them such joy was a very special event for our library. Leah has in fact been a regular user of the Manatee County Libraries since she was very small. She has grown into an outstanding community leader who was crowned Miss Florida's Outstanding Teen in 2013. She has organized food drives at a local food bank and supported the American Cancer Society as a participant in the Manatee County Relay for Life. Leah creates her own special occasion cards and visits local assisted living homes where she distributes them to residents on holidays throughout the year. She has volunteered at the All Children's Hospital Telethon for the past 2 years. Leah has logged hundreds of community service hours promoting her personal platform of pediatric cancer awareness. This includes lending support to children's cancer organizations such as Runway for Life, Base Camp, Cure Search, Kids Beating Cancer, and Dick Vitale's V Foundation. As Miss Florida's Outstanding Teen, Leah traveled the state as the teen ambassador for Children's Miracle Network. Leah Roddenberry shows her spirit by giving back to Manatee County. That is why the Manatee County Public Library is proud to nominate her for the 2015 Young Spirit Award. Congratulations, Leah, on a well-deserved honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great privilege to present to you the recipient of the Young Spirit Award, Leah Roddenberry.
Hello and thank you. I am honored and excited to have been nominated and selected as the recipient of this year's Young Spirit of Manatee Award. I would like to thank the Community Foundation for selecting me and recognizing my community service efforts. I would also like to thank the Manatee County Library Foundation for my nomination, especially Mr. Chris O'Hara for his support and guidance in helping me organize and host my Read Across America events. Throughout this past year, I had the privilege to volunteer with many nonprofit organizations, not only in Manatee County, but across the state of Florida. Just last night, I was flipping pancakes at our local IHOP for its annual National Pancake Day for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I am proud to say I helped raise $2,500 for Children's Miracle Network. Finally, thank you. I would like to thank my parents and Cardinal Mooney High School for all the love, support, and values you have instilled in me, especially the importance of community service and stewardship. With all that Manatee County has given me, I hope to continue to give back to this wonderful community that I call home. Thank you.
Next is the Community Spirit Award. This award is presented to a grant-making foundation, corporation, business, or service organization demonstrating outstanding commitment to the charitable community through direct financial support and through its leadership and motivation of others to participate and advance philanthropy in Manatee County. Our Community Spirit honorees are nominated by the United Community Center's 13th Avenue Dream Center. Let's see what they have to say.
It hardly seems like it's been 7 years since the late Jack Hunkley of Christ Church of Longboat Key met with our CEO, Patrick Carnegie, looking to partner with the 13th Avenue Dream Center on a program that would impact the lives of some of the county's most at-risk youth. Recognizing the overwhelming presence of negative influences such as illiteracy and low self-esteem that many of these youth face, this group's mission was to make a difference. They wanted to build dreams and change lives. And their means of doing this was through reading and relationships. That is exactly what the Dream Center's Reading Recovery Reading Buddy program does, with the partnership and invaluable support of Christ Church of Longboat Key. It fosters good academic futures by reducing the number of students in grades K through 3 who have extreme difficulty learning to read and write. It cultivates multi-generational relationships between the student and the buddy. Relationships that are bound by genuine love and concern that provide additional systems of support and the nurturing that is required to be successful students. Since its inception at the Dream Center during the 2008-2009 school year, the program boasts a more than 80% success rate and an enrollment increase of 65% over the last 4 years. A far cry from its humble beginnings at Oakmead Apartments Community Room with only 1 teacher, 10 students, and 3 volunteers, the program now serves more than 70 students with 3 Florida State certified teachers and 3 teaching assistants. Not only do church members underwrite the total cost of the program, but they are also highly engaged by providing us with more than 50 volunteer reading buddies. It is true, as stated by the Nobel Prize winning writer and educator, Gabriela Mistral, that many of the things we need can wait. The child cannot. To him we cannot answer tomorrow. His name is today. Thank you, Christ Church of Longboat Key, and congratulations on this wonderful honor.
Our Community Spirit honorees, Reading Buddies of Christ Church of Longboat Key. Thank you very much. We're going to take a picture here if y'all will come up. You talk. I'll just take this right here. And I'm going to take this. Get this out of your pocket.
We thank the Community Foundation. We're honored by your recognition. We bring grateful greetings from Christ Church of Longboat Key. And we thank the 13th Avenue Dream Center, least of all for nominating us for this award. Most of all, for sharing your beautiful children with us. We love you, we love the children, and we love your mission of building dreams and changing lives. I'd like to just make one comment to everyone. My guess is that everyone in this room already today has read something. It may have been the newspaper, you may have gotten your news online, you may have answered some emails. I'm not taking anything away from you, but you didn't do those things because you're brilliant. You read those things because when you were a child, someone gave you the opportunity and the encouragement to read. It is now our job to pass that gift forward to young, at-risk children for whom the gift of reading is not a given. And this is not a cradle-to-the-grave commitment we need to make. If we can get every child in this county reading at grade level by the end of 3rd grade, their future is assured. I don't think anyone has ever said it better than Frederick Douglass. Once you learn to read, you are forever free. Thank you.
Our second Community Spirit honorees are nominated, our second Corporate Community Spirit honorees are nominated by Meals on Wheels Plus of Manatee County. Please roll the.
Most people who meet David Shearer, president of TDS Construction, probably have no idea how much he supports charitable causes in Manatee County. In addition to operating a thriving national construction business, David gives back to his neighbors in need. For example, TDS Construction has been an annual sponsor of Meals on Wheels Plus for the last 15 years, giving over $150,000. Now, his friends may say this is because he wants a table at our annual Tropical Nights party, but I know that along with his fun-loving nature, he has a great big heart. David has not only contributed to Meals on Wheels Plus, but to organizations that include Manatee Children's Services, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Boys and Girls Clubs, the Coastal Conservation Association, the Coast Guard Foundation, and the American Cancer Society. While much of TDS Construction's business activity is in other parts of the country, David ensures that his company is making a difference here in our local community. Aside from monetary donations, David also gives his time and talents. He has represented TDS Construction as a celebrity cook and has participated in multiple charity bartending nights with his beautiful fiancée, Chris, and our friends at Anna Maria Oyster Bar. David and Chris have also been the gracious hosts of 2 Whiteout Hunger parties at their home, which has raised over $10,000 for the food bank of Manatee. David does not give for the recognition it brings his company. He truly believes in the charitable causes he supports. Through his genuine desire to positively impact our community, David has made TDS Construction a true leader in corporate philanthropy. Thank you, David, and congratulations to you and TDS Construction.
2015 Corporate Community Spirit Award is presented to TDS Construction. Accepting for TDS Construction is David Sheriff.
I'd like to thank the foundation for this wonderful award. Obviously, I'd like to thank Meals on Wheels for the nomination. It's an organization I've enjoyed supporting, my children support, and I will continue to support. I'd like to thank my family for their continued support, my staff and my friends for their support, and all the money it's cost them along the way. I've lived amongst you in Bradenton for 22 years, but about 15 years ago, my life took a dramatic turn. I got a call from a telemarketer for the Policemen's Benevolent Society at Sunday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, asking for my continued support. As I slammed the phone down, I decided to call a good friend of mine and find out what more I could do in Bradenton. I want to thank Mary Ann Turner. She immediately told me to call Meals on Wheels. I picked up the phone, I called Meals on Wheels, I got involved, and over the years, Meals on Wheels has introduced me to all of you and all the organizations I've been invited to participate in, and all the chances I've gotten to help. So thank you, Mary Ann. I appreciate it very much. And I appreciate getting the continued support of my family and Chris Whitaker, and I look forward to continuing. Thank you.
Next is the Volunteer Spirit Award, presented to an individual or couple volunteer fundraiser who demonstrates exceptional leadership and skills in coordinating, recruiting, and motivating others to make financial contributions, contributes his or her time towards the success of fundraising events, directly contributes his or her own financial support, and by example encourages others to assume roles of responsibility in the charitable community. The 2015 Volunteer Spirit honoree is nominated by Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Suncoast. Let's hear what they have to say about him.
From helping a young child experience catching their first fish ever, to cheering him at soccer games and being a good friend and mentor, Mr. Craig Waters has opened his heart and put into action what most just talk about doing. Not only has Craig become that special adult in the life of two littles for the last 3 years of these young boys' lives. He has given unconditionally of his time, his energy, and self to bring to reality the true spirit of being a big brother through Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Suncoast. Craig's quiet confidence and humble intentions are one of his most admirable qualities. He is always consistent in his opinions, and as a member of the Community Board of Directors, is always proactive, taking the initiative to start new projects and motivating to other members. He is perhaps one of the most active board members Big Brothers Big Sisters has ever had, not limiting his giving to monetary ways, but giving of himself, of his time, and of his energy relentlessly. When others are thinking about doing something, Craig is not afraid to roll up his sleeves and jump into the task in order to help the young people of our community. Craig's enthusiasm has helped Big Brothers Big Sisters fundraise, which has led to even more littles having the opportunity to have a big of their very own. As a true car enthusiast, in 2013, Mr. Waters developed a plan for a new fundraiser for Big Brothers Big Sisters. We are now planning our 3rd annual Big Car Show. This at-capacity car show brings a special recognition to our organization, as well as serving as a perfect spring fundraiser. Craig even devised a special judging method for the participants, where the littles attending with their big brother or big sister are the judges. Craig has truly changed the life of a child for the better, forever. Congratulations, Craig, on this very special honor.
Here's Volunteer Spirit Award, Craig Waters.
Joy, that was special, thank you. I'd like to thank my wife. She's supported us. She actually introduced us to Big Brothers Big Sisters about 6 or 7 years ago at a health fair. We signed up, and it's been really fun watching a couple of little kids grow up. My oldest one just turned 16. I was lucky enough 20 years ago to come to work for Bob Perkins, Bob and Linda and Bill Saba. It's been a great job, and he has truly supported everything we've ever asked him to do. Car shows and a number of other things also. Thanks, Wanda, for nominating me for this. Thank you. And Joy for inviting me onto the board. It's been very rewarding. About 6 years ago, we were having our first car show at Perkins for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and last year's winner, Sharon Barhorst, popped up with 6 littles in tow, and I'm going, how do you do 6 kids? Anyway, and then so we started supporting her big blast at Lakewood Ranch for a couple years with the help of Mr. Perkins. 2 years ago, I met Jane Evers. We decided that felt feeding empty little tummies was a pretty good sounding cause. And she was bopping around her kitchen, making lunch for 30 people at a board meeting. I don't think she could see at this point. It was shortly before she died. And she was a ball of fire. And in closing, I'd like to hope to someday meet Dick Vitale. The Dickie V Foundation is incredible, raises so much money. And I buy him breakfast. Thank you very much. God bless.
Next is the Leadership Spirit Award. This award is presented to an individual or couple demonstrating an active and ongoing charitable investment in the community, whose spirit of giving encourages and motivates others, and whose direct financial support has impacted one or more charitable institutions within our community. This year's Leadership Spirit honorees are nominated by the State College of Florida.
Beverly and Kemp established the Beverly Bell and R. Kemp Reichman Foundation in 1997 with the purpose of giving college scholarships to needy but capable students. They recognized the need for the funding of workforce programs, 2-year degrees, and non-traditional state college students. The number of scholarships awarded has grown over time, with 53 active students and 251 assisted since the foundation's creation.
Their foundation has awarded more than $2.4 million in scholarships. Scholarships typically range from $2,500 to $5,000 per student. In addition, the foundation has given more than $500,000 in grants, donations, and indirect funding for special student needs.
Mentoring is a unique and critical aspect of their process. Beverly and Kemp personally meet with the students to establish a relationship and to counsel the students on issues ranging from grades and career choices to housing, health, and transportation issues. The goal is to help the students do what is required to graduate and become productive members of society. Beverly and Kemp want the students to be successful academically and in their personal lives and careers.
Their generosity serves as the example of philanthropy and community involvement. Their actions encourage others to devote time and effort to improving our communities by giving less fortunate people a hand up instead of just a handout.
Beverly and Kemp have transformed the lives of hundreds of deserving students and children. In 1915, R.M. Bell Sr. opened his first store in Bradenton, the Dollar Limit Store. Now, with more than 500 department and outlet stores, the company celebrates its 100th anniversary in 2015.
How appropriate to honor both Beverly and Kemp during this special anniversary year. Since Beverly and Kemp feel this would not have been possible without the legacy of Robert M. Bell Sr., they passed this tradition of philanthropy onto our community today. On behalf of all the SCF students that you have helped, thank you, Beverly and Kemp.
And congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Great pleasure to recognize a legacy of 100 years of philanthropy to our community, the Leadership Spirit Award to Beverly Bell and to Kemp Rickman.
Thank you so much. I promised myself that I was not going to cry, but I think I might. That's really sweet. Because of my tendency to cry, Kemp gets to do the talking today. Come on, babe.
When I came to Bradenton 25 years ago to court Beverly, we were married a little later, and I sat down with her brother and her father, and I said, I'll make a deal with you. I won't tell you how to run a dry goods store. You don't tell me how to swing a golf club. That arrangement has worked for 20-some years, and they said, one other thing, and I said, what's that? And they said, stay out of Beverly's way, let her do what she wants to do. So I've also done that. So thank you all very much for coming today. Manatee County is a wonderful place to live and to work and to play golf because of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very wonderful. Our final award tonight is the Lifetime Spirit Award. This award is presented to an individual or couple demonstrating a lifetime record of exceptional generosity in the community, whose direct financial support exemplifies outstanding charitable and civic responsibility that has significantly advanced the mission of several charitable institutions within the community, and whose leadership and example encourages and motivates others toward greater roles in philanthropy. The Lifetime Spirit Award honorees are nominated by Just for Girls, Inc. and Family Partnership Center of Manatee County. Let's hear what they have to say.
It is an honor to play a small role in the nomination and recognition of Ray and Sarah Nell Baden for the Lifetime Spirit Award. Sarah Nell Baden has been involved with Just for Girls more than 40 years. She was the president of our organization way back in 1977, and she is currently serving on our foundation board of directors. We owe a debt of gratitude to Sarah Nell for her outstanding leadership and dedicated service, creating a brighter future for local girls. One lunch meeting in particular with Sarah Nell Baden is a special highlight for me. Our foundation president and I planned to meet Sarah for lunch to ask for her help expanding our educational wing. When Sarah greeted us at the door, she said, "You don't need to make a pitch, Becky. You already have my support. Just tell me how much you need." Then we enjoyed a relaxing and fun lunch. She wanted to give a better quality of life to our girls, and she gave me the gift of her uncommon kindness and understanding. I met Ray at an open house at their East County ranch several years ago. He and I share a love for animals, the country, children, and this community. He is passionate about making a difference. His joy in giving is contagious, and he has inspired countless others to get more involved. Ray and Sarah have supported numerous nonprofit organizations over the years, often through their donor-advised and scholarship funds at the Manatee Community Foundation. For the past 2 years, the Badens have brightened the holidays for 10 nonprofit organizations with $10,000 grants to each. That's $200,000 in support of organizations that provide direct impact on people's lives. Albert Einstein said, "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile." Much love and gratitude to Ray and Sarah Nell Baden for their amazingly worthwhile life lived for others.
Ladies and gentlemen, this couple, like our last couple, are really great examples of the giants in philanthropy to this organization specifically and to our community as a whole. When we sat down and started talking about building our first, or buying our first building, we were in a boardroom or a meeting room in Greg Porges' office, and Ray and Sarah Nell were there, and we broached the idea of doing it. It was a very ambitious plan, and I don't think it was a minute later that Ray Baden took out his checkbook and stroked a $50,000 check and challenged our board to do likewise. It is a great pleasure to present the Lifetime Spirit Award to Sarah Nell and Ray Baden.
Well, here I am. I don't know about all these things they've been saying about me. And I look around this room, and I see a lot of very, very nice, capable people that have made this town what it is. There's movers and shakers out here that have done things in this. You know, my wife and I'm sorry that she was not able to come tonight. She really would like to have been here. But we were both born and raised in this town, and we saw all these changes. And when the Red Cross and the tuberculosis were about the two only charities that were around, the March of Dimes, and so things have changed, and business have changed. We lived out in the woods, which is not in the woods anymore. And we were on a dirt road, which turned into a 4-lane road. So we've seen a lot of changes. We thought we didn't like a lot of the changes, but they made for a better life. But they've changed the old way of life that we had. We're not sorry for that. But in the beginning, there was a group of people that had an idea about this community foundation. And with a little prodding, I think, from Dot Ridings, Bob Blaylock, Bob Christopher, Bob Bell, Greg Porges, the accountant, Bud Parent, George Bill Garr, and one other one I can't, I didn't bring notes. I can't write Reggie B anyway, so I just don't bother to bring them. Anyway, they sat down and had the idea of a charitable foundation. And in conjunction with Sarasota's foundation, they put it together back in 97. 98, they began business. And we were as Marilyn told me we were founding members. I know we were in there very early. And Sarah, it says she was the president for 2 years. So we've had an active participation in the charitable foundation. And it is really, it's made it a lot easier if you want to give money to charities to funnel it through there. They take care of all the headaches and the problems with it. So you just get the easy part. And I'm glad to say that we were able to do that. We were proud to live in this town and still are. But this was about the charity and the community foundation. And we all take a part in it. We always believed if you could just do something to change somebody's life, if you could change one person's life so that they came out of a bad spot and rose above it and mounted to something. I saw this Visible Men's Academy and what they're doing with these young boys. Fantastic. It's too bad we can't do it on a larger scale, but what they're doing is great. Thanks for this. I'm honored, but I'm in awe about this. I'm going to be walking 2 feet off the floor. Thank you again.
Well deserved, my friend.
I'd like to thank Mr. Ed Childs for emceeing this program 10 years in a row. Another fantastic job. Let's give him a big hand. What a wonderful celebration for Manatee County's finest. We are blessed to have all of them in our community. And if I can impose upon all of this year's honorees for a few more moments of your time afterward for some photographs, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Those of us associated with the Manatee Community Foundation would encourage each of you to consider leaving a legacy that supports the charitable causes important to you. Finally, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Our premier sponsor, the Vita, Vining, Herman, and Denton Group at Morgan Stanley. Thank you. Charles and the team at METV, thank you very much. Great show. Marilyn Howard, our executive director, thank you. And I'd like to thank the entire staff at MCF, consisting of Susie Atherton and Joan McCall. And lastly, many thanks to the Manatee Community Foundation's Board of Directors and its Advisory Council. Well, thank you all for coming, folks. That's a wrap.